Hey. Welcome to the Whole Boss Podcast. Latrice Folks Jones, your host here. We're on episode 15. Today we're talking about why you struggle with consistency. This should be about why I struggle with consistency, but I know I am not the only one. So let's talk about it. You are listening to the Whole Boss Podcast. I'm your host, Latrice Folks Jones. I help female entrepreneurs build their businesses holistically with systems while loving themselves more each day. Juggling family, business, your health, and well-being is not always easy, but it's possible. The Whole Boss Podcast is a healthy blend of holistic living, entrepreneurship, personal development, and realness to keep you moving forward in your life and business. All right. I'm going to say I really didn't want to be consistent with doing this podcast episode, and I'm just getting back to the podcast. And I was doing research for it, and I was writing it out and making sure I had all my points and stuff together. But what I have been doing lately, since I've been on this 100 days of self-improvement, it's just gone with the flow. What comes up, I haven't been doing a bunch of extra planning and stuff because me, myself, I'm known to overplan and not actually get into action. And so right now I'm doing more action. I just get into action, things that's imperfect, things that could be ugly, but just being authentic and saying what's on my heart, and hopefully it can help someone. And I feel like it takes away some of the anxiety of, oh, this has to be perfect. Oh, I have to have all of my thoughts cohesive and together. And I don't want to be wasting your time or anything like that. It's good to have a few points, which I did look at a few points, but honestly, I'm just going to really, talk from the heart. So the first thing about why it can be hard for us to be consistent, and I'm saying us because it's not just you. I'm not here, I got it all figured out, I got all the answers sway, and just telling you what you need to be doing. This is for all of us, because I feel like if you're human, if you've ever lived, that you have had an issue with consistency or had some level of procrastination on something that you needed to deal with in your life that would make it better, that would make you have more opportunities, get more things. But we have these little voices in our heads, and they're like, oh, I don't even feel like this today. Do I really need to do this? Is this really important? And then also consistency can be a little, might I say, boring. If you want a little excitement in your life, you're like, oh my gosh, if I just keep doing the same thing every day, I'm not going to feel like I'm living. I need a little excitement. I need a little drama. I'm going to be 100. I'm tired of the drama, okay? I am tired of the drama. I need a little vanilla, you know what I'm saying? I had a quiz back in the day for my vegan business, and it was about how healthy are your habits. And one of the outcomes that you could get on the quiz was you're a habit rebel. I'm definitely a habit rebel. I like to do what I want to do when I want to do it, okay? I really do. If I don't feel like doing something, I don't want to have to do it, okay? But having that attitude is really not going to get you where you need to go, because consistency has so many benefits. It builds trust. It builds momentum. So when you're able to do something that grows your business, or something that makes you healthier, or something that makes you have better relationships over and over and over again, that it becomes second nature. Do you know the power in that? You know what I'm saying? There's power in that, okay? And that's not saying that you can't switch things up every now and then and do something a little different, because I don't like being bored either. So sometimes when you're picking something to be consistent with, then you can create variations of it. So you can, instead of saying, I'm just going to run every day 2 miles, you can say, I will exercise every day. And then you can make variations of that exercise. Sometimes you could do floor work. Sometimes you can go running. You could walk. You can dance. You can go swimming. Keep the variations open of how you're doing that activity that you want to be consistent in. Pick something that you can just create different variations of it. So that can help you with excitement, not being bored with your consistency. All right. So That's one thing. Like, getting rid of the feeling consistency has to be boring, because it does not have to be boring. All right. I remember one of the challenges that I had was like, oh, I'm going to be intimate with my husband every day that I'm not on my cycle. So this is going to be like a consistency type thing. So, hey, that could be fun. It can also be tiring. But think about what it is that you want to do to be consistent with that can like grow your relationship, grow your business, make you healthier, and all those type of things. Right? So think about that right now, all right? And I want you to think about the benefits of it, because the benefits of consistency, when you think of consistency, you think of habits, you think of rituals, you think of routines, okay, systems, things that do things over and over and over again. And the things that we need to do over and over again, like exercise, getting outside, eating well, drinking enough water, creating consistency, creating habits for that, creating rituals for that. It helps, because the more and more you do it, the more it becomes second nature. You don't have to think about it. Think about that in the sense of having consistency in a negative habit. For instance, you smoke or something like that. And so you've been smoking for so many years that it's like second nature. You can't even imagine smoking. You don't even have to think about smoking. You just do it, That's what you want to do with habits that's going to give you better health, give you more money, give you better relationships. And sometimes those things can be challenging because there's some fears that might be around it. You may be afraid to put yourself out there and meet new people. You may be afraid to try new and different food that it's not going to taste well, or things like that. Or you may not want to give up the foods that may not be the best for your health. Being consistent, it feels like drudgery. It feels like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to do this, all right? So one thing that you want to do to have more consistency is shift your mindset. Shift how you're thinking about the thing that you want to be consistent about. It shouldn't be drudgery. It shouldn't be like something that, oh my goodness, I just do not want to do this. It stresses me out. I'm so afraid. Why do I even want to do this? I want to do nothing at all. And I've been in that space. I'm still kind of in that space. I don't feel like doing shit. And it could be because I've worked hard all my life. I'm about to be 50 years old. And even if I'm not working a job, even if I'm not working my business, I'm always just doing stuff. And so at this time of my life, I feel like I need more rest, but you can't get rest. You can't get a level of peace that you want, because there's always something going on in this world today. Like, things is mad stressful, okay? It's mad stressful. And honestly, my nervous system is in shambles, okay? So one of my priorities right now is working on myself, working on the way that I think about things, setting more boundaries so that I'm not stressing myself out. Why be vegan? I've been vegan for over 27 years. Why be vegan or try to halfway be healthy if you're just gonna let stress kill you? That's what I tell myself every day, all right? So we're not gonna get into that, because we're talking about consistency here. I'm consistently doing things that's going to help me to manage my stress, like exercise, doing EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique tapping and stuff when I'm feeling myself being over anxious, making sure that I'm getting rest. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not able to always do it. I fell off. Like, one of the things that I was doing for my 100 days of self-improvement was making sure that I did my morning ritual every morning. And I fell off. The one thing that I did do, I'm about 11 days in now. Well, 12, it might be 12 days now. I'm 12 days in on my challenge of getting my life together. And I have meditated every morning, but I have not worked out every morning. When I set up the things that I was going to do, I had a bare minimum, and the bare minimum was to stretch. And I haven't been stretching. I had to check myself, and I have started back stretching today. Anyway, consistency helps you to get yourself together. Consistency is important. And so the other thing that I committed to on the 100 days of self-improvement, because trying to get back into it with my business, and consistency, because I've been going through some things, honey. So I haven't really been consistent in this business, which I consider my main business, the whole boss business. But I've been doing and strong about and building websites and doing project-based things, because I didn't know that I was in a place that I can show up consistently or, not be distracted. I just didn't even really want to put myself out there fully. But I'm ready to. I'm doing the best that I can. One thing that I said that I would do is take away the perfectionism. Oh, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be this. It's got to be all laid out. It's got to be totally strategic. The thing that I'm doing now is focusing on doing something over and over again. The other thing that I committed to was putting out a short video every day. I didn't really specify. It's not I have to talk on a video every day. It's just putting out content every day and making it a reel, making it something like that. I've done a bunch of different styles. I just started talking on the camera. I've got some old footage of things that I've done and repurposed that. I've made like posts. I've done like voiceovers, but again, that variety for the consistency, I've been doing that. So that's been going pretty good. And I have been consistent with that, even though bare minimum, really. I've been posting at 11 o'clock at night. I don't have a whole bunch of strategy behind it. And originally I was going to talk about something that was more on systems, digital products and stuff as well. And I still want to do that because I definitely believe as a business owner, and especially a female business owner, is that you have a system in place that can keep going regardless of what you have going on with your life. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. Because first of all, we deal with our moods. We deal with all of these different things. We go in and out. We're managing multiple roles. We're dealing with children. We're dealing with day problems. We're dealing with a whole plethora of things that we're doing. So a lot of times we're spread really thin. When you add business to that and you're being consistency and trying to show up, be all bubbly, tell other people what they supposed to be doing, and you just trying to make it, it's a lot. So when you set up a system you set up a product, you set up a funnel, a sales funnel and stuff that can be working, even if you're not, I feel like that's really important. So that's going to be one of the main things that I focus on. But the other thing was when I got into this 100 days of self-improvement, and being consistent with stuff, so many other things came up, especially with self-care and making sure that you're making yourself a priority and doing your morning ritual first before you even deal with the world and things like that. I feel like that's super important. And I feel like right now in these times that we're in with everything that we're dealing with the money stuff, everything is high, the rent, the this. People are having mental crisis and tripping. Our anxiety is on 10. We've been through a lot in the last few years. We've experienced so much loss that really just like taking a step back and breathing and taking care of ourselves and inputting into our body and into our spirits, into our minds, things that's going to uplift us and heal us and, help us to have the energy to move forward. Because like, for real, I'm exhausted, okay? That's what it is. I'm exhausted, right? And overwhelmed with so much stuff that's going on, just overwhelmed. I also was thinking about focusing on, because one of the things that I focus on is my whole boss cleanse is getting light, letting go, decluttering, releasing all these things that we're holding on to, all of these perspectives, all of this stuff, releasing it, let it go. I am all about the soft life movement, but let's start the light life movement, okay? Let's start being about the light life, letting all this stuff go, getting rid of this clutter, getting rid of this debt, getting rid of, I hate to say people because I feel like people are not bendable. Like you can't just throw them away. But we do have to create some boundaries in our life for people who's draining your energy and who has so much negativity that it's like cutting the air with a knife. Like, y'all gotta chill. I know shit is messed up, but y'all gotta relax. I need you to be happier. I need you, you ain't even gotta be fake happy, but stop being so damn negative. Like, I know that negativity, for whatever reason, spreads more like wildfires. But I need y'all to chill. I need a little bit of happiness, a little bit of peace. That's what I'm talking about. Because all this bullshit, listen, I don't have the energy. But anyway, so let's get into a couple of other things that I wanted to say. First of all, like, a lot of people are not consistent because they feel like it's boring. Second of all, let's go ahead and say that you haven't set the right boundaries. Like, when you're trying to be consistent, it seems like as soon as you say, I'm going to do this every day, when I tell you shit be coming out the woodwork, like, oh my God, oh, I can't do this now because this person had this happened, that. I tell you every time. You know what I'm saying? It happens. So having boundaries when you can, and a lot of times they be like emergencies, so you like boundaries go out the window. So one thing that I have found is like, oh, okay, I need to get up a little bit earlier so that I can take time for this self-care, so I could ground myself to be able to be ready for all the things that's going to happen during the day, because it's been a doozy. All right, I'm just going to be honest. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just going through these situations, but I know it's not, because I talk to my friends, my business besties, family members and stuff. A bunch of people is going through it. It's happening. But setting boundaries and protecting your energy at all costs, that's another thing. So the other thing that helps with having consistency is having accountability. Having an accountability partner, somebody that you can be with, do things with, that is going to kind of keep you on point. A lot of times my consistency happened because I was in a community that was norm. For instance, me being vegan, I was a part of a vegan community for years, and everybody ate vegan. There was a level of indoctrination, so that was the norm. Out here in these regular streets, like drinking Starbucks, and I'm not saying you can't drink Starbucks, you can do what you want, but when eating all these different things, that's the norm. That's not my norm. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've been able to sustainably be vegan for so many years. Not perfection. Like, I was a raw foodist back in the day. I'm not a raw foodist anymore. I was a whole foodist. Because that's the best thing. But again, that variety. And so I have let a lot of processed foods come in, and then I'll detox them out for a minute. But that gives my variety. That gives me to be able to stick to my principles of being vegan, but it's just not perfect. And when I go too far on the other side, I definitely know how to detox or reset myself so that I can focus more on whole food, plant-based stuff. But that's accountability. And the next thing is, for consistency, is making it easy. How can you set yourself up for success of being consistent? Like, for instance, like if you say you're going to work out every day, have your workout clothes laid out, your shoes laid out, ready to go, have a basic plan of what you're going to do for that day, and then just take the first step and go out and do it. Now, I'm saying consistency because that sounds like habit formation. That's the same thing, because it's trying to help you to be consistent. And so making it easy, all right? Making it easy helps you to be a little more consistent. Again, I just wanted to go ahead and talk about this mindset again, the way that you're thinking about the thing that you want to do to be consistent, and thinking about why you want to do that. Why is it going to be important for you to be consistent? Like, for instance, for my 100 days of self-improvement, I originally got this from an Instagram post that I seen that was talking about 100K in 100 days. And that was motivating, but I was like, oh, okay, but I got to get some things together as well, too. So I decided to do a dual thing, and it was more like 100 days to get myself together. But I felt like in order to build my business that I do need to focus on content more. So I just did it. And once I got into it, I was like, oh, okay, I need to make this more strategic. For this month, October, I decided to make sure that I added a podcast episode every week, to email my list every week, and to do a training, once a week. I'm gonna have to do the training next week. I'm gonna give you an opportunity. There's a link below, or a link on my website, wholeboss.com/workshop, and I am gonna do a workshop called the Profitable Hours workshop. And this is about time, okay? Because consistency comes in with time. Because again, you can multiply your time by creating automations or creating habits and stuff that helps you get in momentum. Because when you don't have to think about it anymore, it don't take as long. you begin to master it. It's not as difficult anymore. It becomes second nature. So that is going to make you save time. I approach things from the lens of time because when I asked a bunch of female entrepreneurs that was in my community what's the thing that they struggle with most, and it's time. And I don't know about you, it seemed like time just went time is going fast as hell. I'm like, yo, where is it? I'm like, it's Wednesday. I just looked and it was like Monday, last Friday or whatever. Like, time is flying. I don't know what's going on, but time is flying. So for us to be able to put some things in place to make sure that we're making more of our time. And so as business owners, because this is for female entrepreneurs, putting systems in place so that you can make money over and over again without it taking all of your time and your energy, that is going to be important. That's what we're going to be talking about in the workshop, is creating time management and a sales system that can help you to get the most out of your time, like the most money, all of that. And profitable hours, the hours stand for habits, rituals, and systems. All the things that we need to be more consistent, okay? And I'm not going to say that I'm an expert because, again, I still struggle with it. So it's something that I really created for myself. And what's important is that in order to be able to have consistent money and stuff, you got to take consistent actions. Or you have to put a system in place that can work on your behalf to take consistent actions. Like, for instance, you can create an ad one time. I say one time, but usually you got to tweak it and stuff because things change, the market change or whatever. But basically, you can create an ad one time and it can keep bringing in people and sales into your business on autopilot, regardless of what you have going on. And you create a program or you create a digital product in a way that it can also be delivered and also add value to other people without you not having to be there. And I am definitely a proponent of adding extra support and community and coaching and stuff to that, but having like a core program, product, course that people can go through it at their time, their leisure, and be able to get it done. But that's what's up. So that's what that workshop is all about. So just as a quick recap, and this is like off of my dome, I'm sure I forgot things, but these are the most important things. Oh, I forgot commitment. Okay, commitment is important for consistency. Okay, so making a commitment and doing it regardless. I really did not feel like doing this podcast, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. What will it take for me to get this out? And it was like, let go of the perfection, just do it, don't have no script. I don't even really have no bullet points. I did a little research. I did some things that came out of my head, and I was like, okay, this is what it's taken. This is what I've been struggling with, but I'm just going to talk. And that's what I'm on right now, okay? Because next episode may be better because I may be in a space to lay it out a little bit more to make sure I don't forget nothing, all that kind of stuff. But again, right now I'm talking from my heart, okay? Because we gotta shift some things and change some things. To have the life and business that we want, we gotta make a few changes, all right? And so that's what I'm doing, self-improvement. I kind of wanted to do a challenge and just have people join me on this challenge, which you could join me on your own time. I am going on a meditation retreat this month. I really, like the beginning of next month, I'm going to launch again, probably my Whole Boss Academy. Not sure if things will switch up with that a little bit, but something that I can be there, consistently with people, because I do know I'm going to be gone by 10, 11, 12 days. So I'll have some content that I'll create that I can schedule in, but I don't want to do any launches or have my programs open while I'm going to be gone. So I'm going to launch and have that happen after I get back. But for now, I just wanted to do a few workshops, help you in a short time period to get you to where you need to go. So you don't have to be waiting, honey, because time is of the essence. So make sure that you sign up for my free workshop. It's going to be happening next Thursday, but that's one of the consistent things that I want to do is to do it every week. So, I'll probably leave the recording up for the next week or something while I'm gone or whatever. But I plan on doing it live so to get better and better at it and really talk to you all on the workshop to see what you really need to make sure that I create things that's going to really help you to do what you need to do. All right? because it's time to get this money. It's time to get this health. It's time to be happy. Get these relationships popping. Okay, my relationship popping, but you can always go up. But that's what's up. So back to the last thing that I want to say is commitment, and that probably should be the first thing. Is just committing to it, just doing what you say you're gonna do. Because when you add that level of commitment to it, like I'm committing to doing this, then it really helps. Regardless of what's going on, you can do the best you have. Even if you fall off, just get right back on the thing. It's not about downing yourself. Oh, I can't never be consistent. I can't never do this. Just keep going. Keep going, keep going. Remind yourself why you're doing this, okay? And then, like, if you just do it for any period of time, you'll start seeing the benefits of it, and then that'll build momentum, and it'll make you want to do it over and over again. So you got to keep doing. I can't tell you the exact time of how long that takes, but I promise you, when I be exercising, I swear, I feel like 2 days later, I'm buff. I be like losing stuff and all that. I'm like, I look good, I feel good. It don't take that long. So just start, okay? Just start. That's part of it. So I wanted to do a recap. Let's see if I can remember everything that I said. So switch up the consistency thing, so that it can have more variety so you don't get bored with it. Get some accountability, get a partner, or there's even apps and stuff that will help you be accountable. I probably got a community coming up that'll also help you be accountable. That when you have a group of people who's going towards the same goals that can encourage you, y'all can talk about the challenges and just encourage each other to keep going. And what else? Commitment. And there was something else. See, I can't even remember all of them, but if you go back and listen to this podcast, honey, I'll have it in the notes. I'll actually write them out in the notes. Okay. But it's been real. I'll see you next time. And until next time, peace.
If you're ready for more clarity in your business and to set it up to have more time, energy, and profit, then download my free Biz Starter Kit at wholeboss.com/starter kit.